What's good? What's good? It's the one and only, but what do I know? Boxing coming back at y'all with another one, man. So I got some not so good news for me. I mean, I know this wasn't a huge fight, but to me, it was a very interesting, very good fight that I really wanted to see. And that is the matchup between now champion Jack Catterall and former WBC champion Regis Prograis. The fight has been I don't think it's canceled. It's postponed due to an injury that has not been disclosed by Jack Catterall. Okay. Now, obviously, stuff like this is gonna happen, right? Not like, you know, I don't, if we get like, let's say we get, I'm just gonna throw a number out there. Let's say we get like 20 something. Let's say we get 20 boxing matches this year, right? In a year's worth of time, right? Out of those 20, you can best believe about five of them are going to be canceled or rescheduled due to injury or whatever the situation may be. So this is stuff that happens with boxing. Unfortunate, it's something that we don't like to prepare for. We like to, the best case scenario is they fight and give us a great fight. But we do have to understand this is part of the sport. Boxing is a very grueling sport and it's very taxing on the body. People don't realize that, you know what I'm saying? People think that these boxers just go in there and run a few miles, hit the heavy bag and maybe spar a little bit and they're done. Like, people don't realize the strength and conditioning that these guys go through training and putting their body in or whatnot. But, it is what it is, man. Especially the older you get, the more you're injury prone or whatever. Like I said, situations like this happens, all right? I would much rather, I'd rather Jack Catterall pull out than to fight with an injury and then make an excuse, right? You want both fighters to be 100%. You know what I'm saying? That's just that. So, it is what it is. Now, I tried, I couldn't find what specifically happened, what went wrong, in the injury, or with Jack Catterall, but I was able to find an article that speaks on Jack Catterall speaking of what happened. So let's go ahead and get into that. All right, so shout out to BoxingScene.com. It says injured Jack Catterall won't rush to reschedule a date with Regis Prograis. Jack Catterall has spoken of his disappointment and having to reschedule his bout with Regis Prograis. The pair were due to fight on August 23rd at the Co-op Arena in Manchester, but Catterall withdrew yesterday and promoters Matchrooms are looking to reschedule later in the year. I picked up the injury and tried to train through it last week and took medical advice. And obviously it's disappointing, but health comes first, Catterall told Boxing Scene. I've had to make the decision to withdraw and look at rescheduling it. Catterall is full of respect for Prograis, so is not prepared to leave anything to chance or to have any excuse post-fight. Which, I mean, and I totally understand that, bro, because it's like, bro, it's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't. It's like if you pull out during like a training camp, like when you're scheduled to fight someone and you pull out, they'll say, "Oh, you're ducking because you're not, you're not disciplined." I'll make something up. But then if you go through with it and then you're injured, then and you say, well, they ask you, well, what happened? What was going on? And you say, well, I had an injury. They'll say, oh, you're making an excuse. So it's like, for me, I'd much rather just pull out of the fight, because like I said, bro, it's like, okay, for example, a lot of people talk about Tank Davis, right? Tank versus Isak Cruz, right? And a lot of people they'll say, oh, Isak Cruz really won that fight. Even though I don't know how people think, like, it's too many casuals. I don't know how anybody would think Isak won that fight. But it was clear as day. When you say, like, it was clear as day. Clear as day. Like, if you go watch the fight, you can see even Isak Cruz himself said it in a post-fight interview. Like, it was clear as day Tank had hurt his hand in the fight and he stopped using it. And Isak even picked up on that and spoke on that or whatnot. So when you say, bro, Tank had an injury, the first thing they say, oh, you're making excuses. Fam, like, people really got to understand it's the difference between an excuse and just a reality, bro. The reality of it is you could tell Tank was hurt in that fight, but people like to, people just delusional. It'd be like, or, they push an agenda. He says he wants to be best for the Houston-based junior welterweight contender. He's not even from Houston. He's from New Orleans, but whatever. 100% said the 31-year-old Englishman. With the situation I find myself in a good position. I've had the momentum this year or two, so I've got to make sure I can get in there, and it's a fight I believe I can win. So I'm not going to go in there anything less than 100%. Catterall didn't want to disclose the nature of his training injury, but is staying in the gym and working with his team on being prepared for a new date. Early reports said it could be the fall, but Catterall will box when he's ready. Manager Sam Jones and Matchroom are working with me, keeping the dialogue going. Shortly Southpaw added, we're looking at dates, but ultimately I need to make sure I'm fit. The worst thing for me would be to reschedule it too soon. Then I would have to withdraw again because I'm not 100%. So there will be a decision. There will be a decision made between us going forward. All right. All right. So it's it's no biggie, man. Like hopefully they get it. I would hope that they get it done. Maybe they can push it back to later this year. But people don't realize like the stress that comes with pulling out of a fight, right? Because a lot of people think that it's just, oh well, they could just reschedule the fight, and it just goes like that. Like nah, when somebody like so, you got to understand. In order, one of the things that it takes to make the fight is you have to have a specific venue, right? I'm just gonna give an example, right? Let's just let's say let's just say the Cowboy Stadium, Jerry's World or whatnot, right? Let's say Errol Spence is fighting, right? But now you have to understand, first of all, they have to contact the Cowboy Stadium, right? They have to contact Jerry, and they have to see, or maybe not Jerry, but they have to see, they have to first, see what dates the venue is available, right? Because, if especially if it's during football season, you got the Cowboys playing, or even if it's not during football season, like maybe, Beyonce is coming, she's from Texas, not from Dallas, but she is from Texas. So like say Beyonce may be performing or whatnot, on a certain date, so you can't book that then. And you may not want to book even around that time, like if Beyonce's performing, because it's like, bro, people are going to see her, and you gotta. So let's just say, like they finally got booked for the 23rd, right? For August 23rd, and let's say Errol Spence, he has an injury or whatever, he has to pull out. Now you got to find like what date is available, if any, for that day, right? Like, football preseason is about to start, so you got that going on. Now you got to find out, okay, well, damn, can we got to find a day that the Cowboys are not playing at home. Maybe we can have a fight then. And, is this event going on? Is the I'm just obviously I'm just throwing out an example. Maybe that venue isn't available until, I don't know, Super Bowl weekend, and it's like you don't want to put a fight around Super Bowl weekend because that's not good for business. So it's just a lot that goes on with that. So that's why I said, like, we don't know when exactly they'll be available, but hopefully they do make it, or hopefully they can make it this year, because I really want to see that fight. I think that's a very interesting matchup. I personally, I think that I don't know, I'm pulling for Regis, but I favor Jack Catterall in that fight closely, very close, in a very entertaining matchup or whatnot. But I really hope that they can make it, man. Injuries happen. This is a part of the sport. I know, Regis is pretty bummed out. I haven't checked out his Instagram page, but I'm sure he's pretty bummed out, because I know Regis wants to really get back on top. And I mean, bro, it's possible for Regis to, of course he didn't look good against Devin Haney. But it is what it is. All great fighters take a loss at some point. That's what happens when you continue to fight the top guys. Jack Catterall, obviously, a lot of people feel like he lost his first fight against Josh Taylor. I don't know, and it seems like maybe Josh Taylor is going downhill. I don't know, but maybe they can get a trilogy going or whatnot. I'd like to see Josh Taylor get his revenge. Maybe he just was at the pinnacle. He reached his pinnacle, and now he's, after that Teofimo Lopez fight, he's kind of just, not really himself. You know, it is what it is. He didn't put up a good performance against Tio at all, but it is what it is, man. Hopefully we can, hopefully we can see them all back. You know, back in the mix, man. Back in the mix. So that's it, man. Unfortunately, I don't have any news about when the fight is going to be rescheduled. But when I do, I will let you guys know. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. But what do I know?